Hey there, welcome to Createful Art. Today I would love to show you how to paint this really fun and easy fall leaf. In this tutorial, you're going to learn a lot about how to create the form of this leaf by using light and shadows. So all you need is something to paint on, and this is a 5x7, which makes it really easy to stick into just a regular frame. So I love painting on this size, especially for small studies like this one. You can use a piece of paper, a canvas panel. I'm using a regular panel for this. Then all you need is a variety of brushes. I have my two 1/2-inch flats. This one is my old one, and this one is my new one. Then I have my 8 round, a wash brush, and a detail brush, and I have a palette knife for mixing my paint. So I've already mixed my paint for this season, so I've done multiple paintings with this palette that I've used, and you can go ahead and get that mixing video right here when you become a Createful Art member, or there's a link below, and there's also a list of colors that I'm using in the description below. I like to use heavy body paints for this, but you can use whatever acrylic paints you have. Then all you need is water and paper towels and you're good to go. So now I'm going to paint the background, and I have my wash brush here. It's about 1 inch long, and I'm going to use the purple from the mix that we've created for this fall season. And I'm just going to put this down as my background, and I'm just going to get it on really fun and playful and fill up the entire canvas here. Doesn't have to be perfect, just fun, playful brush strokes. You can even lighten a little bit of it in some areas just to add some interest. And that's it, super easy. So once this is dry, you can start sketching your leaf. And you can learn more about open composition right here when you get my weekly art lessons. So I'm going to grab my round size 8 brush in the corner. So this is just the composition stuff. It's really easy to change. Just up a little bit more so it's not so dead center. And the shadow's going to be coming down here. So then it goes to this round right here, and it's very inconsistent as to the shapes, but I'm following that inconsistent shape. So these are oak leaves. This is what we're going for. So if you have some oak leaves that you can go grab outside, this is what works for this little study. So I'm going with like a bigger oak one. Ooh, there's a spider web. So this is pretty small, but I'm going to make it bigger. I'm going to blow it up. I'm not going to make it the real size that it is. And notice how the edges are really inconsistent. They're kind of crinkling out. And then you get this little bit of a longer. Then you have this larger area here that comes out and goes to the edge. And I'm going to make sure that it stays within the edge. This is my idea of the composition here. I'm going to have this one also. This one gets a big long thing here, so I'm painting this leaf right here. Bringing it in. It's kind of rounded out a little bit. You can see it's a little rounded, but we're getting the edge of it, so we're seeing it like it's sitting like that. And it's just comes up. It's torn a little bit up here. And it's going to go off the page or off of your canvas. And don't worry that it's not centered because this will have shadow. I'm going to loop this around. I'm going to let this go up like that. Alright, so now you come in here and you can fill in your leaf. Have fun with just fun, crazy brush strokes. You're just filling it in. So for this shadow part, First of all, I want to come in here and I want to give it some cracks. So I'm going to move some of this color out. In this darker color for some shadow. So this is the brown that we have. And I'm going to start here with the shadow. I'm just going to come around like that. It's going to make it look like this is popping up. And it's going to reach over. Just follow that a little bit. And this comes out. So I'm going to go up against this edge. And then comes out a little. So this one will come out a little bit more. Like that. And this will come out even a little bit more. But don't worry about it being perfect. Just go right up against that. And then up against this. And what's fun about this is it just gets really big right here. And you reach to the edge of the side here. And then just come up like this. Do some little pieces. We'll make sure that this is a little bit funner through here. So come in a little. Needs to be broken up. That color is not really dry yet, so it's hard to get in any details. Come in and let this shadow come in on this side here, come right in and then go up to this edge. So you can pull in the shadow a little bit right here. I'm just going through and smoothing some of my brush strokes. Now you're going to take your detail brush in that same dark color and come right up here against this edge. And you're going to create some dimension in the leaf itself. So I'm just going to add a little bit of darkness right here, and it should be still wet, so it's going to mix with that underlayer. If it's dry, then you're going to have a hard time mixing with the color on top. So I'm going through this middle. And then I'm going to have it go off like it's twisted a little here. So now I'm just going to add a little bit of a line going to this one and a little bit of the line going to this one. So another thing that goes up to this. So see how this is like, I mean there's a lot of veins in there. You don't have to include all those. And they go out of the same spot. Here, there's a vein that goes to this little corner thing. So I'll just get in that. And then these. So I got a little bit of a darker brown here. And I'm going to make this shadowed through here. I'm using my round brush and I'm gonna keep that right there, go along that edge, and just have this one edge folding over basically. Dark area right through here. Same thing with right in here. I'm gonna make that a little dark right here. Dark through here. Just a blotch right there. A little bit of dark right up against this edge. This is gonna be very blended because this is still wet. And I'm gonna create a shadow through here. Right, and then I'm gonna add in some other colors and stuff. I think that it'll do a lot better if I let it dry. So I'm going to let it dry for a little bit. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of blue, mostly in just little spots. And then I like to just rub against it to soften it. I'm gonna go up against this a little bit. This is just getting in a couple more details and that light color. I'm gonna do it around here to just really make it look like, okay, that's an edge right there, you know? Just defines it a little bit better. Add a little inconsistency to the edges with it. And then take a little bit of away, because it's just a little too much sometimes if it's just a perfect line. So see how that really makes it pop? And it's blue. It's not even yellow. And then we're going to be adding yellow to this. So it's just a fun thing to do. Just adding a little couple dots. Being creative because I want to do it. This should be a little bit drier now. Now we want to get in this gold. And gold is a part of our palette, so it's just fun to get it in. I'm going to add it into some of the edges here. Along this edge, I think it needs some. Right along this edge, I'm going to add some gold. So I had that darker area right here. I'm just going to add this lighter area right next to it. So this is a little more the similar color to what it is, but I'm going for more gold. So I'm going to go along this edge. Right here is where it's really light. Now I take the gold and the yellow, put it together and make some medium tones. So having a couple layers here, some different colors in there, that just helps it look a little more realistic. Blotching a little bit. Now I'm grabbing some red to put in there and I'm mixing it with my tan color. I'm coming in to give it just a little bit of a different color. Because if you look at the leaves, there's a little bit of a red tint to areas. See how it's starting to look a little more fun? Now we're going to add in a different value with the yellow gold. So I'm lighting it up and I'm going to add a little bit of a different value. So it should be bright, but it's a little more on the yellow side. Go right up against that. Then I'm going to take my brush, kind of pull into it and let some of that purple show. The leaf there. Alright, so when you get to this part of your painting, it's now just basically personal preferences. I just made a few changes to it. I decided to go a little less realistic and pull out that yellow color as the complementary of this purple so it would just pop. And I changed the shadow right here, and you can make any changes that you want. This is all just personal preferences. So go ahead and make changes to your painting how you would wish. Go ahead and sign your work and then you are done. I just wanted to show you how pretty these leaves are when the light's touching them. You can see that little bit of yellow that glows off there, and that's what I was trying to capture there. Go ahead and click in that upper right hand corner to get more art lessons that are going to help you become a better artist, and you can watch more videos, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!